Day spent in bed with a colossal hangover, headache, nausea, a desire to die, low self-esteem, disproportionately bad omens. The universe smiles upon you, I repeat to myself, but it's no use. I close my eyes and my head fills with unsavory images. Portent, augury, cockroach, mouse, the directors, Loreano, Gaitan, the cholesterol palace, a loaded tamal. It falls on me to separate what's edible from bits of shrapnel, nails, bolts, screws, glass. The tamal explodes right at the foot of the statuary, tear down the idols and raise the icons. Wasn't that Hernan Cortez? My wife got up early and went to the gallery to finish mounting her show. The opening is in 2 days. I wallow in self-pity in the sticky sheets, sleeping poorly at intervals. Around noon, I get up, shower, and shave. I Google the phrase and confirm that it's Hernan Cortez. I breakfast copiously, and while looking for something to read among my wife's many books, I remember what my father used to say to reproach me for my idleness. You fuel up for the day just to sit back down and do nothing. I've always been a slacker, ever since I was a child, and nothing, not even a strict education, has managed to inspire a shred of guilt in me for it. I'm a deadbeat with impunity. And I'm convinced that, contrary to what my father believed, my lifestyle is very well suited to today's modes of production. Even my hangover could be an oblique form of cooperation with the system. At this very moment, someone's pockets must be filling up at the expense of my malaise, though I couldn't say how exactly. These days, no one really knows how money is made. My wife says it clearly enough. One must refuse to do, must reside in the poetics of inaction, and then millions will rain down upon you. I try to read a novel and can't get past the first lines. Lying back on the sofa, I fall asleep and dream of the women at the lab, a dream I forget upon waking as the sun begins to set. Dinner at the director's place to celebrate the launch of the new product. We're joined at the table by 2 investors, both insufferable brats. The conversation is intolerable. I try to resist the puerile exchange, but frivolity is always stronger than temperance, above all if one is attentive to details. Another sad legacy of the narco-baroque period was a propensity for hyperbole, for emphatic gestures, for scoreboards flashing power in neon, with built-in speakers, of course. And the way these people behave puts a twist on that game of ostentations. They conceal the narco's characteristic bad taste beneath a mantle of minimalism, a fake hide they designed for the old Baroque animal, the cathedral's flamboyance stuffed into a cube of monochromatic panels. The violence in the air is the product of that post-Baroque exercise in repression. Here, to the canine nose, a chemical war is unfolding between aftershave lotions and bodily humors. I wonder then, wouldn't that make my own taste a superior form of repression, another layer removed from the one where these 4 idiots breathe in one another's noxious fumes? A dense atmosphere I can only endure thanks to my thorough training in mechanized smiling and aphorism. The second cause for celebration is that the managers, availing themselves of their far-reaching pause in Congress, have succeeded in toppling a bill that aimed to regulate the sale of hard drugs, a precursor to total legalization. They propose a toast to the well-timed coup, and we toast, of course, because this guarantees us continued dividends from that business, and will likely delay the dreaded overhaul that would completely legalize both consumption and trafficking. I wonder if under such circumstances my job would no longer be considered an aberration. Maybe my wife and I would occupy the same ecological niche, something like designers of artificial emotional states. Maybe I, in my own right, merit the title of artist just as she does. One of the directors, the one without intellectual aspirations, wants to tell us the salacious details of their negotiation with the congressman. His brother leans over to squeeze his elbow and proposes another toast. To the new product, which, by the way, has yet to be christened, he says. Any ideas? The new investors propose names with angelic, celestial echoes. What we repress finds its way out somehow. I detest naming my creatures, and so limit myself to applauding each initiative. shrapnel, nails, bolts, screws, glass. The tamal explodes right at the foot of the statuary. Tear down the idols and raise the icons. Wasn't that Hernan Cortez?